the cyclone Haiyan came, just one day before that, Terry and UNDP submitted the plan that these are the areas which are going to be inundated. That was on the 8th. On the 9th, the disaster struck, and we were not happy whether we should say, "Wow, हमारा simulation अच्छा गया या इतने लोग मर गए." So we know what is there. Okay. Next, what is happening is everybody is discussing on already urbanized areas. And then we are saying that we are talking about profit and loss and whether we will be able to consolidate or not consolidate. Why are we not talking about those areas which are the peri-urban areas or the peri-village areas? Talk about going there and push the government to say that, boss, you come up with development plan. Regulations हमारे पास बहुत है. ऐसे भी मरे हुए हैं regulations से. Come up with development plan which makes sense. And then you will see good developers and you will see housing. You will actually see things happening, which we just don't try to think about.
Thanks a lot, Sandeep. I mean, that's interesting. Don't regulate for the sake of regulating, but regulate for the sake of development. It's fairly a foregone conclusion that, because the sector will get transparent, more accountable, funds are going to flow. There will be, people just ready, waiting. Now that it's regulated, now we can enter the sector, invest into it. But just want to understand from Mona, how are the international buyers, customers, or even investors looking at this development of RERA in the sector? Positively, are they apprehensive? How are they looking at it? And if you can throw some lights from an international perspective of how it is.
So I'd just like to make a point here. RERA is not only affecting the developers, like Augustine mentioned, that the skin in the game is of the developers and the IPCs. So far, IPCs have played a role of consulting, selling a project, and moving on. I feel there's a huge shift of responsibility that is happening now. Now the IPC will kind of have to run the entire cycle with the developer, because RERA makes even the brokers doing the transactions accountable for the timely delivery of the projects. So with this shift of responsibility happening, of course, there's going to come more structure into the marketing and sales business as well. No longer is a mango vendor or a cobbler or a housewife, they're no longer going to be able to be a property agent. Hoping that RERA also brings in a lot of structure, training, accreditation, certificates, education into the sector as well. That helps us enable, to kind of have consultants rather than brokers who can guide you on the rightful investment. And of course, the builders have to fall in line with that as well. From the international perspective, it was a mixed bag. So most of our customers currently are having the wait and watch policy because they're still trying to build up the confidence in the current government. The sentiment is very cautious right now. What my esteemed panel members here have said, it's something similar to what they feel, that there's no accountability in this entire act for the government. It's only the developer and the poor salespeople, nothing for the lenders, nothing for the banks, nothing for the government itself. NRIs from UK kind of try and compare RERA and the impact it's going to have on development in Mumbai to the great regeneration story happening in London. So they are hoping that the undercovered areas, if government takes the initiative, and as he mentioned, if they focus on development and such developments happen with transparency, with accountability, then definitely the NRI money into real estate in this country should see a positive upflow or upswing, or it is going to have a very positive impact from NRIs, putting money in this country. Out of all the remittances that happen in India, a large part of it goes towards real estate, but we've seen that trend dwindling over the last 4-5 years tremendously. There was a time where developers used to kind of, publish indexes that this much percentage of my sales has happened via NRIs. But with all the project delays happening, with the deliverables not on time, no accountability, that has kind of dwindled. And with RERA, definitely we feel that that's going to reverse now. So that's.
Thanks a lot, Mona. So quickly, just to come back, okay, okay. Just to come back to Sudhir once more. Do you immediately see a lot of litigative activity going up? Will there be a lot of back and forth from both consumer side, developer side, and the government, getting into trying to understand this, interpret it? Is that going to be something high? And obviously, it results in cost to everybody concerned.
So I think we are at the peak of the litigations affecting real estate sector from consumer point of view. They have exploited virtually each and every legal forum and judicial forum which is possible. So I think it has to scale down. Now there's nothing to go, and with RERA coming, I think there will be a particular forum where this will happen. My biggest worry is that for all the ongoing projects where you have made the registration compulsory, what will happen to the thousands of cases which have been filed against the builders by flat owners, flat buyers all over the country? Because there is no mechanism. Normally when you bring this kind of legislation, there has to be a mechanism that all these cases need to be transferred or they need to be settled or some form of closure has to take place. That's my one point. I also feel that on a lighter side, that role of due diligence will reduce. So law firms will also lose business. Because for all the due diligences will be done prior to that, and the projects will be registered, so their role will go down. I think ultimately this whole exercise will lead to structuring of this whole real estate sector as an industry. And that will happen because the legislations and the confidence building measures which will happen in a year or two, quality players will survive, litigations will die down, the wait and watch policy will not be there. People will start investing in a project fully sure that these projects will be delivered. But my biggest worry is, and that is what I have seen with environmental activism when National Green Tribunal was created, that it will provide balance to the environment, but it certainly in some places I have seen that has become a forum where people go and stop projects. Similarly, here also, RERA should know that they have to draw a balance in protecting the consumer rights and also to ensure that builders who have already suffered enough by getting them getting them registered, they should not suffer anymore.
Okay. So I've kind of completely run out of time as far as our panel discussion is concerned. So I would like to open the floor up for some questions which my panel can here address. I have max of 5 minutes to take some few questions if there are on the floor. Okay, if there are none, then I'll bring this panel to a close. Thanks a lot for my panel members for actively participating and contributing and sharing their opinion. Thanks a lot for the audience to give so much of patience. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to request all our panel members to kindly remain on the stage. I'd like to invite Mr. J.M. Totla from Supreme Industries and Mr. Paresh Patel from Granisa Ceramica Indiana to please come forward to present the mementos to all of our panel members. If I may kindly invite Mr. J.M. Totla and Mr. Paresh Patel to please come on stage. Welcome, sir. I'd like to request all our panel members, along with Mr. J.M. Totla and Mr. Paresh Patel, to come together for a group photograph as well. A Kodak moment. Thank you once again, gentlemen. Thank you very much, ma'am. I'm going to request our members of the audience to please connect with our speakers offline as well for any further queries as well, any questions. And well, after those interesting insights from our panel members, it's now time to march ahead for a very special session. We have with us Ms. Konkana Bakshi, a former Miss India and also Miss Elegance World, founder and chairperson of the Savoy Fair Academy, the luxury finishing school on UB, the brand ambassador. So let's have a round of cheer. Can you please welcome on stage Ms. Konkana Bakshi? We need to have a huge round of applause, everyone. Let's make that really loud. I'm going to remind everyone it's a very energetic Saturday. We'll keep that loud and clear. All right, so we're going to take a couple of seconds. Not a worry. We have Ms. Konkana still indulging into her laptop with some very serious presentation there, not to worry. And, well, while she comes on stage, we're going to take the opportunity to once again thank all of our partners as well. We'd like to thank our presenting partner, Granular Ceramics. We'd also like to thank Bestone. The event is powered by Bestone, and it's co-powered by LIC Housing Finance Limited, our conclave partner being Supreme Industries, our co-partner being Formica Corporation, luxury partner Porsche, realtor partner being B. Kandhari Properties, knowledge partner of the conclave being CRISIL, hospitality partner Hotel Sahara Star, law firm partner Trust Legal, design partner Init Design Studio, event partner Go Bananas, digital marketing partner Insomniacs. So yes, looks like Ms. Konkana Bakshi is all set. All right, let's have you on the stage, ma'am. And let's have a round of applause one more time to welcome on stage our next presenter, Ms. Konkana Bakshi.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Such a pleasure to be here today. And thank you very much, Kavya. You look beautiful, and thank you for such a great introduction. I feel very, very honored. I'm going to explain you what we were supposed to say. We're talking about the basic needs of human life, roti, kapra, or makan. These are the basic necessities for any sustenance. Now, makan, in today's generation, signifies a lot many other things. It's a symbol of wealth, a bag of investment, something you pass on to your future generation, a legacy. A makan is not only an investment that we do it for ourselves, but we secure our family with. With the continuous growth in pricing, a makan is also considered a great investment, a safe bet. Now, do we all know Maslow's of hierarchy of needs? It's basically different needs that we need to be a complete human being. So when we see the basic needs for life sustenance, for any living being sustenance, would be what? Food, water, and air, right? Oxygen, food, and water. That's the basic need for sustenance. And then comes the safe and security, the safety and security that a shelter provides, that a home provides. So for most people, a makan is the single largest purchase that they would make in their lifetime. Probably use up all their savings and take mortgage and loans as well. But we know all of this. So would you, and so are the people who are not in this room. That's why you're here. Now, now that's why we are missing the slides now. I would have shown you so many hoardings we see in Mumbai city, all over pan-India, featuring a real estate brand. So many of them. Luxury real estate for the more humble background. Everywhere we see a real estate brand. And then we also see when we open a newspaper, the front page is dedicated to a real estate advertorial, right? And then comes the big celebrity from America and all of them to be endorsed in different real estate brands, right? Well, it doesn't come cheap. The phone never stops ringing. We definitely have great celebrity get you noticed and things like that. But guess what? Would a Shah Rukh Khan really meet your customer and close the deal for you? Would he meet your customer one-on-one and explain them what it is and closes the deal for you? No, right? Who does it for you? Who meets your customer and closes the deal for you? The sales team, thank you very much, sir. the sales team. So who are the real brand ambassador of a company? Your team, your sales force, right? Somebody who meets your customer, convinces him to sign up and pay the money. Now, a month back, my father wanted me to, invest in a property or buy a home. It's a great investment, and obviously for all the reasons that I've mentioned earlier, it's a great investment, security, so on and so forth. So, okay, he's hoping that we will play the, okay, let's see. All right, I think we are good. We are good. Thank you very much. Sorry. So last month, my father wanted me to invest in a property, and we looked around. We selected 2 main properties, very well regarded, and we called them over the phone. The professional over the phone have set up an appointment. So far, so good. Now, what is the critical part? How would I convince myself to hand over my lifetime savings to the person who has come with a proposal and a brochure? A sales team always goes to your office and your home, right? Why? How? It is a lifetime savings. I'm 27 years old. It's a lot of money for me. How would I be convinced? Well, the sales team who came over, again, missing the slide, I would have shown you how he looked. And then he came with great conviction, handed me over the brochure and told me, these are the few things that we are offering. This is why you should invest with us. I was content with the meeting. I was anyway looking to invest in a property. I was content, and then the next day, there is this another gentleman comes from another company, looking sharp, walked into the room with great glamour and confidence, shook my hand, and formed a genuine relationship with me, which I missed with the other representative from the previous company. So what did the previous company representative really miss out on? Sale, business, right? Credibility. And that's one of the reasons, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to make. Buying process is not all about the technical facts or the actual information. It's about the image that you create, the first impression, and how it is interpreted by the other person. And that basically cracks the deal for you. That closes your sale. People do business with people they like, no matter how good your product is or no matter that of the competition. But it's 2 human beings that basically forms a genuine relationship and want to do business together, right? Or cracks the deal. Now, when we meet a representative from a credible company, let's say I'm meeting a representative of Ferrari, what are the qualities we are looking for? And by the way, real estate is considered luxury, right? It is no piece of cake. It is a very, very expensive purchase for a lifetime. So when we are meeting a representative of a credible company, we are looking for 3 qualities.